Good morning. My name is Chris Martin. I'm a local guy here, born and raised. So almost. According to Jeff Pulver, I am the Chris Martin of Vancouver, Washington. So thank you, Jeff. I actually met Bruce on Twitter, and we actually live 5 minutes apart. So we met in real life, and we've spoken several times together. One was in Orlando, where I met David from earlier. Bruce, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Bruce Elgort, and I'm a New York native who moved to Vancouver, Washington in 1994, and I've stayed here ever since. I'm considered a digital strategist. I like to speak. I speak all around the world, mostly about technology, but more so now about social business. But before we get started, number one, live audience out on the internet, we need you to rise at this time, as do we, all of you in the room right now, and raise, come on, get up, get up, get up. All right. Come on. Now you need to take your 140-character digital device, raise it high with your right hand, and we're going to recite the social pledge of business. Ready, Chris?
I'm ready, Bruce.
Take it away.
I state your name. Promise not to be.
Promise not to be.
An ASW.
An ASW.
And will strive to engage.
Strive to engage.
And not react.
And not react.
Bam!
Bam! Wow. Okay, we got you all to pledge that you're not going to be an ASW. So what is an ASW? Guesses? Okay, brace yourself. It's an attention-seeking whore. Okay? Yes, we said it. So you know how it is out in the world of social and social business. Again, you pledged it. Now you got to adhere to it. So, Chris, take us into the ins and outs of social business.
You bet, Bruce. Social business, for a lot of you that showed up today, probably think it's starting a Twitter account, having a Facebook page, tweeting, retweeting, writing on the wall, or buying Gary Vaynerchuk's latest book and rehashing it as gospel. In a lot of ways, those are things that are overemphasized because social business is really about business. Whether you are an emergency manager, a business owner, or just some guy that writes a movie blog, that's a business, and it's built on 4 principles. The first are brands. In the past, brands were really meant to be a one-sided identification of who you were as a business. Think of the red of Coke, the IBM logo by Paul Rand. But really, in today's world, brands are two-way. People tell you the value of your brand, and you have a chance to respond in a very impactful way to increase your brand awareness. The second are people. Without people, we can't be social. It's kind of the duh. But what happens when you develop relationships with people is you develop trust. And you need to have trust in any sort of business. If you don't trust a business, if you don't trust an individual, you're not going to talk with them, you're not going to buy from them. And fourth, it's about GSD, or what Bruce and I like to say, getting shit done. Because if you're not productive and meeting your goals and objectives, you're probably not going to be in business much longer, and no one's going to be listening to you. So Bruce, tell us more about the ins and outs of social business.
Wow, okay. So social business is no longer a new way to do business, right? It's doing business. 4 years ago, if I were standing on the stage, yeah, it would be kind of new. It would be just the what do you call it? Topic of the day. It's not about sending 1 or 2 people to the 140 conference or a social media, social business training session and having those 2 people be the social people in your business, okay? It's about the collective group of an organization, all of the people to act as a social business, okay? How many people can name 5 businesses that they consider really social businesses in the world? Everybody? Wow. So what's going on here? We're talking about social business, social media. We talked about brands, people, trusted relationships, and getting shit done, but we're really not getting business done. So what I want to talk about now is internal versus external social business. Many of you practice, and practice very well, external social business. You are a company. You talk with consumers. You as consumers talk to consumers. You as friends talk to other friends. What you don't hear about, what's going on in the world today, is inside the firewall, people are embracing social technology to work and break down those silos much the same way that you have with your businesses and your constituents. How many people use social tools inside of their company to work with other people in their company that the company sanctioned for you to use? How many of you go to your cell phones to do it? Okay, so that's what Chris and I do a lot of now, is we talk to organizations about how to become a social business internally, how to not be this faceless blob, how to not send people out to that social business or through that social business sausage machine and pop out as social gurus, okay? It just doesn't...
Sausage?
Oh, wow, thanks, Chris. Wow. What do I get,
you
4
need them
now?
all.
Wow, okay. So, Chris, let's talk a little bit about sharing, like some of the other people spoke of earlier.
Jason mentioned sharing earlier in his stand-up routine, and really sharing is a good thing. We learned in kindergarten that we need to share our paste and make sure that we have enough for others. But really there's 3 things with sharing. The first is really about speaking. We're all really good at telling people our opinion on Twitter or Facebook, but how many of us go beyond that and listen to not only what other people are speaking, but listening for possibilities and opportunities that you can connect others with, which then leads us into collaboration. So if you're not collaborating in a social sense, I have to ask the question, are you being social? Or are you just addicted to the latest tool du jour, as Bruce likes to say? But really, sharing, there's 2 ways to really share. The first is this idea of reactive response.
As he goes into the bag to pull something out.
He's holding a sausage. You want to buy it. You gave me one. It's organic, but not with.
Contrast that with community engagement.
Hello. Hey, my name is Bruce. How's it going?
Great, thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Barbara. Barbara, hi.
Hi, Barbara. Hi. Nice to meet you. Are you enjoying the conference?
I am enjoying the conference.
What have you learned?
I'm trying to I was thinking this morning when I walked in, first of all, I thought, sunshine, thank God. And then I walked in here and saw all of the lights from cell phones and laptops. And it's been fun as much to watch the energy in the room as to watch the energy on stage.
Excellent. Sausage stick? Community engagement.
That was an excellent example of community engagement. I could think of a joke here, but I'll be clean. But really, there are some instances where reactive response you need to use in order to get people to hear you, but it's not something that you want to rely on all the time because people will tune out. So Bruce, why don't you tell us a little bit about how we can share effectively, whether we're internally, externally facing, or if we're just sitting on our couch, you know, tweeting.
All right. I'm not going to give it any more sausages. I'm saving one. But we have an acronym we put together. It's called POSTER. Okay? It involves, the P is for people. And we spoke about people, and you guys are the most important thing in your relationships, in your businesses. The second thing is objectives. Remember, we are talking about social business. Businesses have objectives. Once we define the objectives, they may involve or utilize social strategies, social venues, social tools. They may not. Once we have the objectives defined, we'll execute via a strategy that we developed. Again, we're acting like a business here because we need to get shit done and pay the bills. After we define people, objectives, strategies, then and only do we turn to technology. You know, we don't put technology first. In fact, poster, if we move the T somewhere else, it would have been poser, right?
Poser, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And not that silly software.
After technology, you need to have evangelists. I work very closely with IBM. IBM has 300,000 employees who are executing on a social business strategy. They have 1,600 internal evangelists who are just that. They evangelize the technology, the ways and means inside the organization. Just like when voicemail came out and email came out, you had those people in your organization that you could turn to get help and get assistance. The last is rules of engagement, okay? How many people have rules of engagement for all things social business in their organization? So you just let people do whatever they want to do. Okay. Well, I'm telling you that poster, the R in poster is for rules of engagement, and they're very, very important. So people, objectives, strategies, sausage sticks, technology, evangelism, and rules of engagement. So Chris, what else do we have left?
Really, with technology, it changes very quickly. We all know this because we're all addicted to it, and it just changed right now as you're staring at me. And really, we don't want to fear what's new. And when you rely on tools, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, whatever, when you're relying on those to be social, when they go away, how are you going to be social? You might have a sense of panic. But if you build upon the objectives and the strategies of your business, that's really the importance. You want to develop a company culture of social, not just the two people going to the sausage machine, as we say. So really, get social, do business, don't fear what is new, because it's going to change so fast. But you know, sometimes you just need to go along for the ride, because it can be fun. You get to meet some crazy, zany people, like Bruce, and Jeff Pulver, and Matt Bepler, and Jeff Bunch. So
that's all we have for social business. Thank you very much.